so they'll know how to contact you. And we're live.
Hey, welcome back. Glad to have you all.
What
Welcome
another
to
great show. Yes.
Coach Mike show. Tonight we have another amazing
Wonderful.
guest. Thank you so much. Tonight we have Blake Renaud, and Blake is the founder and CEO of PicklePlay, and we're going to dig into that a little bit tonight. So we're excited about that.
So, Blake, as we're on, people are sending in comments, and someone's already said, thank you guys. Finally, we got sick of looking at you two. Now you have somebody nice to look at. I don't think that's funny, though.
Oh, too funny. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm really excited.
Great to have you. Great to have you.
Fantastic. Well, let's dig right into it. We're going to start with Coach Mike's favorite question, and that is, Blake, how did pickleball find you?
Yes, I never thought I would be here right now, and sometimes I wonder, how did I get here? I don't know, but honestly, I always say 3 years, but time's flying. I think about 4 years ago,
Okay.
my husband's business partner and one of his best friends was really into pickleball. He's one of the better players in Iowa, which is where we live. And he kept telling my husband, Alex, you got to play this sport. You got to play pickleball. And we kind of thought he was silly, and we thought the sport in general was silly. And finally, Alex started playing and he's very competitive. And so he loved it and he wanted to play all the time. And then before I knew it, they taught me how to play. And then I was playing with his wife and some other ladies in the community. And then we started teaching our kids how to play. We have a 9, 7, and 5-year-old. So they were little at the time, but just teaching them how to hit the ball. And then we found out our local town had like 150 people in this pickleball club. We never even heard of the pickleball club. And right here in our town, there was already a pretty active pickleball community. So we fell in love with pickleball, and we actually were going to be developing an app for basketball. My husband loves basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We travel a lot living in the Midwest, and fell in love with pickleball. Our brains completely shifted and said, we need to help grow this community. We need to come up with a resource that's on a mobile platform that can connect all these different pieces of pickleball in one place. And that's where the dream came from. And here we are.
So if I heard you right, Blake, your husband, Alex, got hooked.
He did.
First in pickleball.
Then he hooked.
But he was already very athletic. You said basketball. What other sports?
Oh man, we used to play a lot of tennis. We used to play some golf just for fun. We're not great at golf. But I would say he's very active. He still plays basketball just as much as he plays pickleball. But definitely a sports family. Our kids are very involved in soccer in our community. And we love all competitive sports in our house.
Good.
So do you play much now? I mean, I know you have 3 young children, and I'm sure that takes a fair amount of your time and a busy app to build and continue to enhance.
Yeah, so I actually play socially and casually. I don't try to claim to be an all-star in the pickleball world, but that's what we love about pickleball is you can be all different skill levels. You can want to play socially and for fun. You can want to be in tournaments and extremely competitive. That's where we really saw this vision for PicklePlay because there are so many different types of play. So I play about once a week with mostly with our friends. We'll put our kids to bed, and I'll invite some friends to play later in the evening. A lot of times we'll have couples get together and play for fun, and then we also play with our kids regularly too. So I do not compete in tournaments yet, but thinking about it.
Very different than rec play.
Yes.
You'll learn that. You'll find out on your own like everyone else does.
Yes.
And Jeffrey's still fairly new to the sport as well. What do you have, a couple of years under your belt, Jeff?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 years. So, Blake, I've got to give you a compliment before we go any further. I played in a tournament in Plantation, Florida, which is right across Alligator Alley.
Closer to me.
Yes, on Mike's side of the state. And I was using Waze to get over there. And Waze took me to the middle of a neighborhood. So I'm like, where is this park? Never been there before. So I opened up your app and I put in Plantation, Florida. and clicked on it, and it took me right to the park.
Oh, yes. I love
So
it.
bravo.
Thank you. Yes.
Praise report. So
Yep.
my friend Jeff is lost, and our new friend Blake gets him where he needs to go. It's a great story.
Save the day. I love it.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And, probably before this conversation, I'd heard about PicklePlay, and I've seen some of your T-shirts, but I really didn't know a lot about it until I started to research it, in the last week or so. So it looks like, you started about 2.5 years ago, around the time I started playing pickleball. What was your inspiration for this app? I know you kind of talked about the story a little bit, but.
Yeah, the inspiration was really our own pains with the sport. It's a new sport, as you guys know, and there's not a lot of ways to get connected. And we were like, we love this sport. We started packing our paddles are in our car all the time, just in case, right? And then every
Just in case.
Yeah, every time we flew somewhere, we'd always have them in our carry-on, and we would be looking for courts. But then it's like, okay, a court is great, but what's some more information about it? Do we have driving directions to that facility? Who's actually in that? What other players are there? Because as I explained, like my husband is very competitive and he wants to play at a higher skill level than I am. And so we really don't play much together. And so
Wait, that can be good. Just telling you. It could be a good thing.
Yeah. So when we're out and about, we're like, okay, well, I want to play with a lower skill level, maybe a little bit socially. He wants to play with the higher skill level. And how do we help people find those people in those different skill levels? And then another, avenue that we're continuing to grow and develop is group play. There's a lot of different text message threads, group threads, and it's like what you really need to know is who's playing and who's not, right? And can I count on 4 people, or is there going to be 7 people? Who, what's going on? And so we wanted to include that in our app as well, a way to post local events, what's going on in your community. Or we're working on a private group section now where you and your friends can just have a private section on our app, and you can say, hey, we're playing Wednesday at 5, and everyone gets a notification, and are you in, are you out? So that's kind of, we're always thinking of new things to add to our app. We're trying to continue to improve and get feedback from people. But to answer your question shortly, is kind of our own pains in the sport, wanting to help other players like ourselves.
Just had this conversation an hour ago with someone else. They wanted to come up to the courts and where can I find the beginners, or where can I find the intermediate play? So as a development, we're now trying our hardest to put those people together. And you'll find out, Blake, shortly, you're going to start becoming a little bit stronger of a player. So the more time in the saddle, you'll start saying, I remember being a beginner, but I'm kind of not challenged anymore, and you want to move up. What's going to be great is your app lets people know in advance, hey, here's the level of people that you're going to find at these places. And I don't know of other apps that are doing that yet. So it's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, no, when I first got started, before I knew about PicklePlay, there was a kind of an antiquated website, Places to Play.
Places to play.
And I mean, it's got some good information, but most of it's dated.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see something that actually is functional. So what about your background? Prior to developing this app, or Alex, what did you guys do, or what area of business did you come from?
Yeah. So Alex is in finance, and then PicklePlay is kind of my. I lead that.
Is that your 4th child?
Yeah, this is my 4th dog, so this is actually my 5th child. But
wow.
So this is my full-time commitment. My background is in business management and marketing. So I kind of we've always been entrepreneurial at heart. We always are thinking of new fun things to try.
Great.
Some successes in our past, some failures, and here we are. So.
And the more you play, Blake, the more you're going to realize, oh, this is something I didn't know about. This is important too. We have to add this in.
Yeah.
You'll find out, and you'll spread out even more. And people from North Carolina are going to reach out to you and say, Blake, this new thing that you put in, it's amazing. It's helped us tremendously as a community.
Yeah. Well, that's what, we're really trying to create awareness for our brand and communicate with people. We just finished our first year of being live. So we started building before that, the year before that, but we've actually been live for a year. But it's the first 6 months, we're just kind of working out all the bugs and the kinks within the app, not having a stable product. And so we're really excited for this year to kind of push forward with a fully functioning product. And then we need people to use our app. We need them to download it. We need them to try it. And we need them to email us and communicate with us what they do want to see. So we can head the right direction with what people want.
Yeah. How can you grow if you're not getting feedback? Correct. Yeah.
So is Alex involved at all, or is it pretty much you?
Yeah. So he's definitely on our advisory team. He's definitely on the back end, gives a lot of advice and input. But I would say the day-to-day activities, the everything from social media to our own marketing to communicating with the developers and everything is my responsibility.
Does Alex want to play tournaments?
Alex plays tournaments, actually.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So I'm the social, like, I like to do this for fun. I'm actually thinking about entering a tournament soon just to try it out. But Alex actually has played in a few tournaments. As we go, if we go to one and have a booth there, he enters a tournament and plays. And then actually our son has played in one tournament also. So
nice.
Our oldest Eli really loves pickleball. He's 9 and is trying to get better as well.
The oldest.
Yeah.
All right. So if somebody said, boy, this sounds like an interesting app, they went and downloaded the app tonight, what should they look for? What are some of the features that they can, use with the app? And
yeah. So what you would do is you would download, it's a free app to download. You would create a profile. It would kind of walk you through what we need on our profile. It then enters you into our map screen, our home map screen. What I like to tell people is look and make sure that we have your local courts on our map. It's very easy to add them if we don't. There's a blue plus icon. Yeah, on that bottom like left picture there. Yeah, I don't know if you can zoom in, but there's a little blue plus icon. You can click add a court. It's very simple. So we try to add as many as we can. We try to have the most accurate and up-to-date information. But as you know, pickleball is growing like crazy. There's new courts being built everywhere all the time. So we really are asking our users, help us out, add your court if it's not on there. So that's number 1. Number 2, after your court is added, if you are a club leader or a group organizer, let people know that group exists in your community. So when anyone searches your area, it will pop up. So you can then click the plus icon and click add a club. You can have a link to your website. You can post your club events. It's kind of like a community bulletin board for pickleball in your area. So those are the first 2 things we always ask users to do. From that point, you can search any area if you're going to be traveling or looking for a court. You can look for players in that area to send them a message. And like I said, we're really focusing on that group play in the future. So in the next week or so, we'll have the ability for private groups to test that feature out and get your group of friends on the app and post when you're playing. And those are kind of the 3 highlights.
Exciting. Would it be fair to say it's in the family of maybe a WhatsApp, where a lot of folks will get together on a WhatsApp and it's just for pickleball? Good. We're doing that here when we're using WhatsApp, and obviously I will push the PicklePlay as opposed to just a WhatsApp because it's much more robust.
Yeah, there's pros and cons, but we bring all these things to one platform. And so now we're kind of going back and trying to simplify. We're trying to make it easier for those larger groups to be implemented. So every couple of months, we'll have an update that comes out, kind of stay in tune with our email campaign. That way you can be notified when we do have updates or feature highlights.
That's great. Well, I know you have a lot of partners. If you want to share those, by all means. How has the pickleball community as a whole been accepting to your app?
Good question.
The community is great. I mean, as you guys know, everyone really is kind of in this together, right? Let's grow this sport. Let's try to figure out how we can help each other. Most of our feedback is very positive. People are really trying to help us. Once people get a chance to get to know us and realize that we're real people behind this, we're not just these random people that just came into the industry and are trying to make
Right.
money. This is a huge investment, actually, of time, energy, and money. So we're really trying to, just continue to communicate with the pickleball world and try to get out and let people know about us in whatever avenues that we can. So,
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, you mentioned, all the work that you're doing and all the time and money that's being poured into this. Tell us about the extra features is there an upgraded version
There
as
is,
well?
yeah. So there's an optional pro upgrade that's either $1.99 per month or $20 a year. And to be honest, right now there's not a ton of features. The main feature is sorting players by skill set. So if you pull up Fort Myers, Florida, and 100 players show up, you can actually sort those people within a skill set that you're looking for. It just makes it easier to find people. But in the future, as we continue to grow and add additional features, it will unlock extra benefits. So as we grow, there will be additional benefits to the pro upgrade.
So it sounds like you must be spending a lot of money, a fair amount of money, and not getting a heck of a lot of return at this point. Would that be fair to say?
Oh yeah, that's definitely fair. This is a long-term investment for us, and we're kind of in it for the long haul, and we're really excited to continue to grow this. So this is not a quick turnaround for us, but we do have some great partners in the industry that believe in what we're doing. They want to help support the pickleball world, and then advertise on our platform, which just helps us cover some of our costs. There's a lot of data charges that go into operating an app. So we work with some great people. We have Just Paddles is a great website where a paddle retailer.
Right.
A CBD company, Original Hemp, they're a great supporter of us. We work
Right.
with Selkirk, Gamma, One Shot Pickleball. We work with Zealous Insoles and Core Pickleball. And we're actually going to be working with Hydrant, a hydration company soon.
Nice.
So we have some great support in the industry that is helping us continue to develop and helping us cover some of our costs. So we're really, really thankful for those partners, and definitely use and love all of their products as well. So.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about your ambassador program, if you will.
Yeah, so we have an ambassador program that's open to mostly the United States. We are working with a few people in other countries as well. What that really looks like is people that are on our app, that actually use our app, that believe in our vision and where we're headed, and are willing to help support us in their pickleball community. So if they are a pickleball influencer of over 100 people in their community, whether it's a club leader or someone that's very involved and active in their pickleball community, we have an application on our website, PicklePlay.com, and you can apply there. It's very simple, and then the goal is for each ambassador to try to get 100 people to download our app. In return, we give them some awesome merchandise and support from PicklePlay as a thank you. So
very nice.
Pretty simple.
Very nice. It's a game of numbers. The more people that you touch, it'll grow. It's a great app. Very user friendly, by the way, especially for us old folks.
Oh, thank you. We're actually going to be making it easier. So if you're saying that already, thank you. Because the goal is to simplify it and make it even better over the next couple of months. So.
Good. I know, Jeff, if you go somewhere, if I'm traveling to a state and I don't really know a lot of people, we would say, hey, call Jeff. He knows a bunch of people over there in Naples. Or if you're going to the East Coast, call Mike. He'll get you connected. And this is so much easier.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you can see the levels of play, because Jeff wants to play with his level of players or get challenged and maybe play with a higher level. So this is a much easier way to find out all that information. It's a great app. Great app.
And it sounds like, based on your level, you could use it to find a partner for a tournament. Obviously just to play rec if you're in the area for a little bit, or reach out to somebody to find out when games are happening. So that's certainly a huge important feature, I would assume.
Yeah, we actually went out to San Clemente, and my husband wanted to get some practice before he played in the tournament. And so we were able to use our app. He got connected with 4 awesome guys that met him at a park, and they all did that all through our chat feature on our app. It was really exciting for us and for them, and just I keep hearing after I've shared that and keep talking to people, there's more and more people that are using it to find those practice games or tournament partners. And we have a big plan for the future and more additional benefits for people as far as different tags and different things that you can put on your profile to help in those search options. So
Great.
So if somebody, were having a little trouble with the app, did I see some YouTube videos kind of explaining?
yeah, yep, we have a YouTube channel, and the link is on our website, PicklePlay.com. Actually, everything's on our website. There's a link to download the app from our website. There's a link to our YouTube channel. So there's quick, easy videos, less than a minute long, that kind of help users figure out the app. And then also myself or someone is always available at info@pickleplay.com. And so we meet and help people all the time. So we're here to help people.
That's wonderful. You mentioned international. Is this primarily a US-based app, and do you see it expanding internationally in the future?
Yeah, so it is it's a worldwide app. So even though it's written in English, it works worldwide. So we're really excited. We actually are partnered with Louis Laville in the UK. He's a top player over there, and he's kind of helping share, promote, making sure. So we have a lot of courts in the UK on our app. We also have a great base in India. Manish is also helping us there, kind of making sure we get our courts on our map. People can find where and who to get connected with. We actually have like 10 different countries. We just sponsored a tournament in the Philippines. We're really trying to help players internationally as well as the sport continues to grow in other countries. It's really exciting, and people need help with that growth. So we're excited to be a part of that.
You just triggered something. I'm going to send you some information after the show for someone else to get you in another part of Asia.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
That'll be great. That'll be easy to do.
Yep.
So Blake, a regular day, I mean, the kids are up, they're doing their thing, and you're talking, you're on a computer, but your husband, you said, is doing the back end stuff. You're not the IT person. You're the front person. You're the first contact if someone called in. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We have a professional development team that actually develops the app. But I'm home. The kid, the dog might interrupt me, or the kids might open the door, or might walk in on
I know. Jeff knows. It happens. This is real life. These things happen, and you go with the flow.
Yeah.
Are the kids homeschooled? Not to change subjects, but
we did homeschool last year, and that was an adventure of starting a business. We started at COVID, and then we homeschooled next year. And then, anyways, we're leaning towards going back to school this year, just like fully commit to PicklePlay and be a little less stressed out. But we loved homeschooling. It allowed us to travel. We had some online resources for that.
Yes. I found that to be very common with a lot of younger folks like you and your husband that wanted to travel. That homeschooling worked perfectly.
Yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But we did do that last year. We're thinking about switching it up this year.
And you think about the young kids, Jeff, that are traveling all over the place, and school's going on, and they're getting homeschooled. I'll just throw out dear friends of ours that live in Delray Beach on the East Coast, the Waters.
Yeah.
Lee, and she's been homeschooled for quite some time, and there's benefits. Everyone can see the benefits of it. You're together all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of great resources to help people too. Like we did a lot of online resources, which helped a lot.
Blake, how old are your kids?
We have 9, 7, and 5.
And I was curious because I wonder why you said 975 and not 579. In my brain, I would say the little kid up to the oldest kid, but you did it the opposite way. Any reason why?
I don't know. I think it just rolls off. I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay.
Our youngest is our busy wild man, so he I don't know, he keeps me on our toes.
He's 5. He should be into everything.
Oh yes, yeah. He loves pickleball too, though. He's starting to hit better and better, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, the future of pickleball is all the young kids that are out there. Ben Johns will be an old man soon, and there'll be another Ben Johns. And
Our daughter Colette, she loves all the female pros too. So when we go to the
good.
tournaments, she's just so excited to meet them all. We work with Corinne Carr. She helps promote PicklePlay.
Sweetheart of a lady, sweetheart.
She loves her. I mean, she really follows the female pros. It's kind of
That's
fun.
great. That's fantastic. It's all in the family.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's fantastic. Well, it looks like one question might have come in, and it's about updating the app. And it says, what are plans to limit updates in rapid succession?
Yeah, so over the last year, we faced a lot of developmental issues. And so it was like, oh, we need to update. Well, then it's not like a website where you can just go and fix the problem and it's live. Every little fix, from a text color change to a major problem, has to be submitted to the app stores, has to be approved,
Right.
and has to be pushed out. You have to update. It's a painful process, and we had a lot of updates because as soon as we would fix one thing, something else would crash. And then we'd have to fix that, and then we'd have to fix that. It was quite a difficult season there, so we had a lot of updates. So our plan is to reduce those updates. We haven't had an update in quite a while. It will probably be every 2 months, probably. There will be an update for the next year, just as we continue to grow, but we're trying to simplify that process. And every time we push an update, we're hoping to make that easier on our users. So it's a simple click of a button instead of having to log out and log back in.
Right.
So our goal is to have an update probably next week is our goal for the new private group section. And then probably not again for another 2 months or so.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the older folks like Jeff, well, myself, and we are, KISS with everything, keep it simple. Keep it short and simple. I'm going to be polite. I'm on the show. We don't have any clue what happens in the background. There's so much coding involved. Just to change one page might take days of coding. And I only know that because I play pickleball with guys that are coders, and they come and they tell me, Michael, do you understand how long it took me to do that one little thing that you push a button? It took me 3 days. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I'm telling you, I appreciate it because it's a lot that we don't see. We don't understand how much is really involved to make it all move and click. And people, they're all patient. They don't need it to be right away, do they, Jeff? Oh, no, instant gratification.
Yes, that's been just part of the process.
Right.
Is just communicating with our users why we have to do the updates and why it's painful, because we're not used to using apps as much. It's becoming more popular, but we are using websites. Sorry if I was a little distracted. There was someone I could see our front door from my office, and
Oh, okay.
random person at our front door that could.
Everything's okay on your end then?
Everything's good, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know who they are, but anyways.
Maybe they're selling Girl Scout cookies.
I don't know.
I'd like to have some Girl Scout cookies right
I'm
now.
not coming to the door right now. So.
Stay on task, Coach Mike.
Yeah, I'm getting distracted. I apologize.
No, it's perfectly fine. Listen, we all get distracted once in a while.
Yeah.
How would you like to, if someone said paint a picture, what would you like to see in a year from now that the app is doing? Creating in different places in the United States, allowing people to do what because of your app? Yeah,
I would say making it easily just connecting the world of pickleball, finding people, finding places, of course, connecting those people. But a bigger vision for us is more resources to use it when you're traveling. But we have some really exciting things coming out, like group play and things that are going to drive more activity to daily organization. A lot of people play, of course, when they travel, but a lot of people play every week, a couple times a week, 3 times a week, more than that. And so having those resources where they want to go to our app to simplify their pickleball life is our goal. So as we continue to play more, as we continue to get feedback, we want PicklePlay to be the place where they go to make their life and pickleball world easier.
Good. So that person's not coming in the house, right?
No, but he's in the front of our house. I'm not sure why. So.
Tell him Jeff's on his way. Jeff's a big guy.
Jeff's gonna take care of us. I mean, the house is locked; he can't get in, but it is awesome. Sorry.
So Blake, do you have any idea number of players you have on the app now?
Yeah, we are almost to 13,000 players. We're trying to hit that this next week. So maybe after this, a few more people will give it a shot. Our goal is to get to 20,000 by the end of the year, which is a lofty goal, but we're going to push for it. And we really think that some of the improvements that we're making and simplifying the app, making it more user-friendly is going to help drive more traffic as well.
So Blake, remind the people that may not be listening now, but a lot of people watch the show after. What could we do as a pickleball community to help you? You had mentioned it earlier. Log in, go into the app, sign up, use it.
Yeah, add your local courts to our map, add your local club. After you add your courts, add your local club, add your local events. I mean, that same blue plus icon, you can just add your open play schedule. You can add your community events. But really, the biggest thing we need right now is feedback, because we're investing a lot, like we talked about, in feature development. But we want to develop what the users are wanting and what people are going to use most. So we really would like feedback, good, bad, ugly. I mean, obviously we try to be gracious, we're humans, but we want to know what people want. So emailing us at info@PicklePlay after downloading and trying out the app would be extremely helpful.
Excellent. So how about number of locations? Any idea how many courts you have on there or how many facilities?
Yeah, we have over, I think we're about 4,000 courts right now. So we know there's a lot more out there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So
that was one of those things on the list. Tell you, here I am. You don't have me on your list yet. And how long does it take? I'm going to call you tomorrow, and I'm going to give you another court that you don't have here. Where I live in my area, you might be missing two. How long would it take for something to actually show up so somebody could push that icon on the map?
Oh, 30 seconds?
No kidding. That's wonderful. I didn't know that.
So, all right.
Did you know that, Jeff?
Another thing that is kind of special about us and what we're proud of is we're a live interactive platform. So if you add a court, as soon as the app refreshes, it'll be on our map. If you send a message, it's going to send directly a message. If you add a court or a club, you can add a club.
Okay. Great. Yeah. I think that from my little experience, there's a lot of clubs people don't know about. Some maybe private, some semi-private, but there's a lot of opportunities out there that people don't know of.
Yes.
And do those private clubs show up on your app too, or?
Yeah. Oh, the private. So no, if it's a private group, so we have clubs, just the big groups you can put on our app. But then this new update that we're pushing, if it's just a private group of friends, that's just between you and whoever you invite to that group.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Jeff, did you mean people or a location?
Yeah. How about like you've got a private community? Would you have their 10 pickleball courts in your app?
Yeah. What we would like to do is just have someone say, like this is a private or for members only, just so if people when they click on it they can see that.
Okay, wonderful.
There you go. But it doesn't mean that you can't have a guest.
Right. A lot of places are members and guests. So, there's like an additional info section. So we just ask people to just put any additional helpful information. I mean, there's water fountains, so there's this, there's that,
More information, the better.
Yeah.
That's great.
And what they send to you automatically just flips right over. That information is going to be available.
Yep.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Well, Blake, this has been a great half hour. We appreciate all your insight and your hard work and investment in the pickleball community and obviously in this app. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we let you go?
I don't think so. I think just stay tuned. We have a lot of great plans and resources coming in the future. So whether that's following us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or downloading our app, and then you get be a part of our email campaign, just kind of following up on us, providing us feedback. We're just very, very appreciative.
The best way to reach you, Blake, if someone logs on tomorrow and say, how can I reach Blake? Fastest, easiest, what's the best way?
Within the app or just in general?
No, to reach you, to reach the company on the app. Just share it again.
Yep, info@pickleplay.com.
Okay.
It's the
There
best
you go.
email. Yep.
Okay. So I know Jeff can put that in the comments and people can see that while they're watching. And when they call the company, it could be you, it could be someone else, or most of the time it's you answering.
Most of the time it's me. I have an intern that helps out, and there's a couple other people that are on our team. But I try to be the forefront of most conversations.
Right. So we're going to pray that by the end of the year, you're going to have 4 or 5 people helping you for this company to continue to grow. Right.
Yeah, that is our goal, is to hire someone on this next year if that all works out. So
great. So now we know what to pray for, and we know as well as you do that if this is what the plan is for you, it'll happen.
Yes.
You have the right attitude. Are you calm like this all the time?
I'm I get stressed easily, but this has been a growing process for us, and we have prayed a lot about it. And even if we even do this, and the doors keep opening, and here we are. So we're just going to keep chugging away.
Yes, you will.
There is one last question I see just popped up. Blake, if you have another minute. So the question is, any way to expand the circle to see more available courts? And I know where Keith lives. He's in a remote area in eastern Maine, and I don't think there are too many courts in his area.
Yeah, so there is a map results radius, and on this new update, it will be easier. It will be right under the search bar. So next week, it will be easier to find. But right now, if you go to your profile in the bottom right corner, there's a settings icon. And if you scroll down, one of the settings is adjust that map radius. So you can have 20 or 50 miles, or you can have like 500 plus miles. So you can adjust that at any time. No, the bigger the radius, it might take longer to load just because it's pulling in more data. But yeah, you can adjust your map radius at any time. And like I said, this next update, we've actually moved it to the actual search bar location, so it should be easier to find.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Great idea. Great person. Nothing but success for you. That's all. Blake, thanks so much for your time. I know you're a busy lady, and I will be sending you some information after the show as well to help you grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Any connections you have, I would be happy to.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I'm very thankful, and this was fun to talk with you guys.
Stay healthy, Blake. Take care of those beautiful children, and I'm sure your wonderful husband.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks,
Blake.
You
got it. Thank you very much, Blake.
Yep. Bye.
All right, Coach Mike, another
wonderful lady. Great program. It is very easy for anyone to use. I know you and I went into it, and it is really simple to use. Very beneficial. I mean, in the past, what did we do? We called someone that you might have known in that area and hoped to get a game set up.
Right.
She's even putting the levels of the play.
That's fantastic.
Superb.
And what she talked about, there were a few companies that do some of that. I know there's like a scheduling app that people were using.
Right.
And that sort of thing. But, and then places to play.org, I believe it was. That has been good, I think, for some time, but it doesn't look like it gets updated very often.
Right. And what's incredible is it's no charge at this point.
Absolutely.
So hopefully it'll continue to grow, and there'll be people sponsoring her and helping her in that way. That'll be fantastic. Just want to meet more and more people like this in the business, in the industry, that are advocates for the sport. And Jeff, I'm hoping that you're coming over to the East Coast this weekend. Is that correct?
We'll have to figure that one out, Coach.
We will. We'll get it taken care of.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back again next Tuesday night. Another guest from the pickleball community.
Yes.
We'll have some information on that very soon.
Yes, it'll be a great surprise.
And if there's anyone that you'd like to see on our broadcast, let us know, and we'll see if we can try to get them on our show.
Sure. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Have a blessed night. And Jeffrey, thank you very much for everything you do as well.
You got it. Thanks, Coach Mike.
Have a great night.